What's up, everybody? It's your boy Meme here. Your boy's 14. Does anything seem different? Good, because nothing is. I didn't really get any presents, because my main present was this computer, but I got that, like, a few months early, because, why not? We did go to Portal VR, and we went to Lil Woody's, the undisclosed burger location I spoke of last episode. Got a Pendleton. The rest of my family got some other stuff, and onion rings and fries. Onion rings at Lil Woody's are really good. I would recommend if you're in Seattle. There's a few Lil Woody's in Seattle. Anyway, so then there's, yeah, it was fun. So at the VR arcade, sorry, I'm really tired. At the VR arcade, well, let me start out at the beginning of my day. I woke up at like 7:10-ish. I went to the jazz camp thing. It was the last day at the jazz camp. Surprisingly, so we did, like, things with our own trumpet people. And I, as you know, am not the best at anything that, isn't C. But, everybody, and we showed off what we were doing during our sectionals. That's what they're called, sectionals. And, I don't know, everybody was super supportive, even though I wasn't that good. And so, I'm really happy about that. It was really good. There's nothing else to talk about, really. We got cake. Ice cream cake, vanilla ice cream cake. Chocolate cake is good, but I prefer vanilla. I found a really good fix to my Wi-Fi problem. It's not really a fix, it's more of a sort of delaying. So instead of connecting to our main network, I turned on the guest network on our router and connected to that. And, once I was connected to the guest network, if the guest network ever stops working, I'll check if the actual network is working. And if that isn't working, I'll just open up the router menu on my laptop here, turn off the guest network and turn it back on, and that's basically like mini power cycling your router. The Wi-Fi turns off for like 2 seconds, but everything just like buffers for a quick second. It's not too bad at all. If you're watching video. Not as if it's bad if you're doing anything else, but just in video for an example, it just stutters a little bit. So the router turns off for like 2 seconds, and then I connect to the guest network, back again, and it works. And so I'm glad I found a temporary fix until I find out how to fix the Wi-Fi driver, because, why am I over here? I'm sorry. Until I find out how to fix the Wi-Fi driver, and, that might be in like 4 years is when I'll get around to it, maybe 5. I'll probably know more about Linux then, and I can probably just do it, but, or, due to Linux being great, and me being able to update the kernel of Linux while still using it, watch. Boom, it's literally updating right now. Yes. Whoa, 20 megabytes. Oh, KDE updated, I think. Look, watch. It's updating. It's updating all of my software right now, and I'm literally still using all of it. It's updating as I'm using. Listen, Linux honestly really is the future. And while some people consider this a bad thing, I sort of consider it a bad thing. Microsoft is adopting Linux. Windows 10 actually has an entire Linux kernel embedded inside of it for developers. And that's really nice for Linux integration, and Microsoft Azure services run off of Linux. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft makes a distribution of Linux, or they have Windows heavily integrated with the Linux kernel, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is that the Linux will then technically have, I think, 98% market share in all PC operating systems. And that'll be really nice. I honestly cannot wait if that happens, of course. Although they might be using their old practices of, is it still update? It's still, oh, it's updating LibreOffice. And they might still be using their extended brace extinguish strategy, which is really worrying. So hopefully that isn't the case. And people might have to move to BSD, and BSD documentation isn't really good for... It's only really good for elitists. Like, I know how to read documentation and, like, man pages, but it's like, who uses BSD? Nobody uses BSD. If you use BSD, that's cool. Good for you for using BSD. I don't know how it works, but it seems interesting. You know, like a security-focused Unix kernel. Again, really not an expert on BSD. I have no idea, like, beyond knowing it's a derivative of the Unix kernel. That's literally all I know, and that might be wrong, so. If any of you know about Unix and you would like to educate me, please do, because I don't know, and I'm really interested, honestly. I've heard it's super light, and more lightweight than Linux, and I got an old laptop right here. Got an old laptop right here that I'm hoping to run. I was hoping to run Arch Linux with LXQT, but for some reason Arch Linux isn't really optimized for that laptop and its hardware specifically. It might have to do with it being 32-bit, but I think the installer works on both 64-bit and 32-bit operating systems, so I'm not 100% sure what the issue is. So I tried installing Manjaro onto it, and then uninstalling XFC, and then getting LXQT. Sorry if I said LXDE